The Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria says there is need for a new government that will emerge after the upcoming elections to address revenue crisis in the country. The institute gave the advice when some tax practitioners spoke during the annual tax week put together by CITN Lagos and District Society. Blessed Omonose has more.
The Finance Act has a physical tool to amend relevant tax laws that impact how businesses are carried out in Nigeria, has continued to elicit concern amongst relevant stakeholders year in, year out, as the piece of legislation is said to be riddled with loopholes that are destructive to the operating environment. Tax practitioners and economists who have converged at the 2023 Annual Tax Week, put together by the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, Lagos and District Society, highlighted the economic implications of increased tax during economic downturn.
The World Bank was always on the neck of the government to reduce tax expenditure. And when you talk about tax expenditure, we refer to all those incentives that have been granted by way of free trade zone, by way of capital allowance, and all of those should actually be added to tax revenue considered.
For effective tax system in any economy, three pillars must be sure: tax administration, tax policy, and tax law. It is on this note that after so many years, about 30 years, in 2019, the second, which happened to be first of its kind, came, and we rejoiced about it. And since then, it has been a source of worry to professionals of our nature.
Speaking on the proposed amendments of the 2022 Finance Bill, they urged the President to critically review the proposal before assenting to it.
We think that there should be more consultation. There are some internal consultation, no doubt, and even when people are called, they listen to people a little bit, but we think it's insufficient, because if you look at the educational sector, how do we get to tax educational sector when everybody is saying give them grants all over the world? So whatever surplus is left in any school must be for research and must be for upgrading of that school, and not really that the government should collect it.
As the nation prepares for elections in a few days, the next government will have to evaluate the existing tax regime in order to simplify it further, expand the tax base, and explore new initiatives that will attract the much-needed investment to stimulate the economy. Blessed Omonose, TVC News, Lagos.